What's up guys, welcome to another Destiny gameplay video. This will mark the first in a new series I'm going to do called One Man's Trash. In this series I'm going to single out some of those unique blue rarity weapons that we always just discard and dismantle so quickly without taking the time to look at them. And in this video I'm going to focus on the clean sweep. So I checked the rolls on this. I got focused fire and I got lightweight, which I love lightweight on any weapon in this game. It's kind of one of my go-to skills, one of my go-to perks that I always hang on to a weapon if it's got that and always at least give it a shot because I'm all about mobility, and you'll see that in my gameplay if you look at any of my videos. So this here is the clean sweep. I got this one to roll with focused fire, which kind of makes it comparable to the Suros regime, which is what I found, and it really did play out pretty much. It worked almost interchangeably. Obviously, you're not getting the health regen at the end of some of your kills like you get with the Suros. But even without that, that's no big deal. I found that I could get a gun comparable to the Suros and free up an exotic slot somewhere else in my loadout. So it actually played out really well, and some of these weapons will. So you always want to check the stats, check the rolls, and the skills that you got on these blue rarity weapons before you just go ahead and dismantle them, because sometimes they can actually be pretty useful weapons. Especially in the Crucible. Maybe not so much in PvE just because of the damage rating or the combat rating on the guns. Since they're blue rarity, they can't be, I think it's like 279. It's nothing up in the 300s like you want to have nowadays. But because of the auto balancing in the Crucible, if you're not playing Iron Banner that is, they can actually be some pretty useful weapons, and I found that to be the case with this one, the Clean Sweep. So some of those weapons out there, you may know some of the names like Polite Denial, which is one of the hand cannons that's floating around that you get as a reward sometimes for strikes or for Crucible matches. You want to keep an eye on these weapons. The Polite Denial has become one of my favorite hand cannons because the impact on it is so stinking high. If you were to roll like explosive rounds or reactive reload, something like that on that gun, it would be a fantastic PvP weapon. I already use mine, and it doesn't have the greatest rolls in the world, but I already use mine just because the impact is so high. It does precision damage in the 90s. It's a 97 precision damage hand cannon, which for some comparison here, Word of Crota is 77. So that's kind of ridiculous. That's a huge crit for a blue rarity hand cannon. That weapon's actually pretty stinking good, and I'll be covering that in one of my videos in this series. But for this week, I'm starting out with this, the Clean Sweep, and it's actually a pretty fun weapon to use. It's all around a really well balanced gun, and with these weapons, these blue rarity weapons, it's not one is like all the rest. Just because the rolls can be random, or they are random on every gun that you get to drop. So it could be a piece of crap, but it could actually turn out to be a pretty stinking good gun. And that was the case with this one, with the rolls I got on it. I love the lightweight because I'm all about mobility. I like jumping around, running around, getting in and out of situations as quickly as possible. And so I found it to be pretty stinking useful. It hits pretty hard with the focused fire. I was able to drop a lot of enemies. I actually topped the leaderboards on my team, even though I had level 30 plus guys on my team, rocking legendaries and exotics in their primary slots. And you'll see that in the scoreboards. You can see that right there. Even when I die, I'm up on top of both leaderboards just using this weapon. So it hits pretty hard. In the future, my next video I'm going to do, and like I'm not going to spend a ton of time in these videos because you guys don't really, you're not after a really solid review of a blue weapon. Just wanted to kind of make you aware that some of these are actually pretty good. And in my next one, I'm actually going to focus on, I'm going to do a loadout. One of them is a pulse rifle, and the other one is the only, that I'm aware of, the only variable zoom sniper rifle in the game. Yeah, variable zoom. It's a blue sniper rifle that has different zooms on the scope. So you can, depending on your situation, you can adjust the magnification if you need it longer range or shorter range, which is pretty stinking cool, and I've been playing around with that a lot and had a lot of fun with it. And the scope on it is actually kind of shaped like the universal remotes, but obviously with longer zoom on it, so it's kind of a cool weapon. Well, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Hopefully next time you won't just dismantle that blue weapon, but you'll take the time to look at it and make sure it's not a piece of crap. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of some of these weapons, guys. Thanks.